And welcome to Tuesday's episode of this series. And so far, we've gone through quite a few JRPG mechanics. And in today's episode, we're going to just bring yesterday's video, and roll with it more. So we're going to have nice little stages through the battle. So us choosing the attack, us doing the attack, HP of the enemy going down, enemy choosing their attack, enemy doing their attack, and then our HP going down, and then rinse and repeat. So let's get going. So we need to, first of all, replace this part here. So we want a kind of stage system in the turn data. So we don't necessarily need that anymore. We're going to have a battle stage, battle phase, maybe. Okay, always going to start with 0. And we just, I need to update these ones. And so we're going to say, where are we? There we go. Compared to, hang on, what we're doing. Compared to one of the alterable values. So it's battle phase equal to 0. That's the start. And we should probably put comments in here. And actually we could put a child event, but anyway. So insert a comment. So player selects attack. Okay, and we could probably put child events here, and I'm really rubbish at doing these. So insert a group of events. No. Add a new child event. Let's just say always. There we go. So what I can do is just have all of my stuff down there. So the first thing is that we're going to make it reappear, and we're going to make it enabled, because we're going to have a stage where it's still there but it's disabled. Okay, that the player can't select it. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to say at phase 1, and we're going to add a comment as well. Player doing attack. Okay, and so we're constantly looking, and we can easily say we could put these into groups as well, which might be easier. Don't know. So insert a group of events. Player doing player choosing attack. We could put a 0 in front of it. And we can put this into that group. And then we can get rid of that, because we're doing this with group names now. So let's get rid of that. And so the beauty of groups is you can collapse them. So player doing attack. This seems to be going well. So the object will already be there. It will already be appeared, but we want to disable it. Okay, and so let's say actually have we got a button press? Yeah. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of this boolean. Try and get rid of alterable values you're not using anymore. And so if the button's clicked, we disable it. Well, we want to get rid of that, and we would just want to say, right, move on to the next phase. Right, so alterable values set, or you could add to, but it's more explicit if we set it, because then we can see exactly that you can only click that button on stage 0, and so that will always move it to phase 1. So let's play it, click on it, disabled. So we're now in this bit. So we start off in this section here. So all of the stuff we want to do, we want to make that reappear, we want to enable it, can be done here. You might think, well, hang on, surely it's already there at the start, it's already enabled. Yeah, but we're going to keep looping back to this 0, because obviously when Slim Slime has done his attack, we're going to go back to 0. So we need to just explicitly say, yeah, we need to show all of that stuff, right? And then when you click the button, you go onto this group here. And so we want to do all of the animations here. So let's do the animations. So we'll need another store. So this is the general store, this is the player store, and then this is the enemy store. And so we're going to do another one, and this is all going to do player animations. And I just use camel case there. So uppercase, lowercase first one, uppercase only time you would use a space. You can actually use spaces in Clickteam, but it's a good habit to be in. So what I want to do is the player to move up and then move down. It's kind of like just like so I could have that as direction, and this is like pixels from start Y. And then total amount to move, perhaps. So we want the player to move sort of, I don't know, 50 pixels. Maybe that's too much. It's probably going to be a lot, but anyway. Okay, and so we want this to sort of kick in here. So we only want it to happen once, so we can just say sort of once per loop. So limited conditions, once every loop, so once every time this happens. And we want the set the animation. We kind of need like, oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. So alterable value, add to the pixels from start Y, and we're just going to add 1 to get the ball rolling. And we're going to say that every sort of 10, every 10th of a second to add 1, maybe 5, add 5 to that, and then we're just gonna say if the direction is equal to 0, and then if it's not, if it's equal to 1, then we're going to subtract 1 or subtract 5. And we're going to have an always event, always that the player object position Y is the current position or current Y coordinate plus the up is minus, so minus the alterable value of the pixels from start Y. And then we need to say, well, hang on, when the pixels are greater or equal than the maximum total amount to move, then we need to sort of flip it and make it go back. So set the direction to 1. I have no idea whether that's going to work. Kind of in my head it does. So what it should do is if I click that, it should move up and look like it's attacking. Okay, and this is why we've got the counter here. Oh no, we don't have the counter. We're on a different frame. So let's put our counter in. I think I know what's going on, but this is the point of this video, is to debug, right? It's to show you all the mistakes I make along the way. What am I doing? So I want to always set that counter. I'll keep doing that one. I want to always set that counter to this pixels from start Y. Let's see what's going on. I clicked the wrong one. From frame, right. So it starts 0, that's good. and then it just keeps going up and then goes down. Really strange. Okay, so we need a if it's greater than 0. Ooh. So insert if the pixels from start Y is greater than 0. We also need to say, well, hang on, what if it's less than 0? If it's lower than 0, we need to set it at 0, right? Because remember, it's going down in 5, so we need to limit that. Let's see if that makes any difference. It still goes up to 50, but what have I done wrong? So set Y position to the Y position of the active minus the pixels from start Y. That's really strange. That should work, but I'm missing something. Because it's the starting position. Yeah, it's cumulative. It's keep adding, or to keep minusing. So it's not the Y position, it's the start position of the Y that we need to constantly move. Okay, that makes sense. Thought I was losing the plot there for a sec. So we need to get the player's current Y, which is this one here. And in the player animations, we need to store the player's start Y. And then we need for that to be, because as the player moves up, their Y is obviously changing. That was really dense. So we need the constant of the player's start Y. And actually we could say like at the start of the frame, just to be sure. So insert a new event at the start of the frame. Set where they start at to their current Y position. Where are we? Position Y coordinate. There we go. Hopefully that will work nicely. Boom. And that is horrible. So we're going to set that to 1/100th of a second. Let's see if that improves it a little bit. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't mind that so much. I think, could we do like 3? Whereas feel 3 is a really good number. Sort of just feels a bit more natural. We want it to be like a proper hit. I need to stop pressing that button. Right. Boof. It's a little bit slow actually. I think maybe 5 was right. So I'm just pressing Control Z to undo that. Let's just have a look again. Is this quick? Yeah, I like 5. I think I got it right first time. So you get a nice little attack there. Bush. You can kind of imagine hitting. Oh. And then when that's over, and we need a way of setting that over. And this is the problem. Okay, we can do that. So if it is 0, if it equals 0, and the direction is 1, that can only happen after the animation because the direction 0 until you have the animation. Then we want to set the direction back to 0 for the next loop. Whoops. Alterable value set direction back to 0, and then we're going to move the battle phase onwards to battle phase 2. And let's just copy this one because I don't want to copy all of that junk in the second one. And this one is going to be 2 enemy loses health. and it's going to be when it's 2. Cool. We don't need to do that. And once per loop, we want to remove the enemy health. And we've got this enemy health counter. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to have like the thing go down by ones, not to suddenly get hit. So I want some sort of animation there. And I know I shouldn't be getting too deep in animations and stuff, but I just think it looks nicer and it just makes me happier. And I want to show all the mechanics. So health to remove. And actually I can see the time now, so I'll probably stop there and we'll do that in the next episode of this. So in this episode we've got this nice phase system. I think I've called it phases. Let's go with that. Where the computer game knows exactly what it should and shouldn't show at specific times in the fight. And turn-based fights are all about making sure everything's nice and organised. Organise it from the start, it will be really easy. Now you might be thinking, well, hang on, what if down the line we're not doing an attack? What if we're taking a potion to regain our health? Well, the phase system works just as well, because we've got to decide to take the potion, so that'll be phase 1. Phase 2 will be the animation of drinking it, and then phase 3, instead of the enemy losing health, it'll be us gaining health. So it's still the same 3 phases. So if you think of it as just 6 phases, the names I've put in it, or the descriptions of the groups I've put in at the moment, are really only revolving around attacking, but it's 3 phases. When you're picking something, when you're picking an option, you're going to get 3 phases. Now if down the line actually I want 10 phases for the player and then 10 phases for the enemy, that there's all these kind of intricate animations, or we've got more than one player all attacking, well, it's just a matter of expanding that, and we'd use the same systems, but instead of having 6 of them overall, there'd be 20 or whatever. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you like it, click like. If you want to see more from us, click subscribe, and keep the comments coming in. They're always a delight to read. So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow's video.